and welcome back to the Completely Random Foolishness podcast hosted by me, Asia. And today we have something sort of special, sort of out of the ordinary, something really just to keep the excitement because it's different. I usually do video podcast, and that's because I'm more of a visual person myself, and I like looking at the person as they speak as opposed to just listening to the person, even though in a video podcast there's nothing really going on in the background video. It's just that I like to see it. And so that is what I chose to have as the format for my podcast. But today, it's just going to be audio, and I like it. I think it's something different. I think it's cool, and it's the traditional way that podcasts are made. So it's not like, I'm trying something really out of the box. It's just that it's different for me. If you remember last week's episode, my camera battery died, and I didn't have any backups or replacements charged either. So what I did was I recorded from my webcam from my laptop, and I ended up scrapping the video part and just keeping the audio for my Blue Snowball, and I actually really enjoyed it because it was such a relaxing type of flow that's a little bit different than a video podcast, and not different in a bad way, but just different. So today, since we're keeping up with that theme of relaxation, I just want to say I can't believe it's fall already. Fall is my favorite time of the year besides winter, and it's perfect because the weather gets cooler and you get to wear boots and jackets and hoodies like every day. And the bugs, there are no bugs. Well, there's some, but it's not as many bugs. And the sun doesn't try to kill you. I hate the heat. I really do. The summer and I are not friends, and the spring and I aren't friends either because of the pollen. But yeah, it's just like, it's so pretty, the colors, the trees. That all depends on where you live, but North Carolina, where I live, it's prime position for some very good autumn vibes. So I really enjoy the fall. And in honor of this great thing, I'm going to talk about some of the things that make fall so great, but I'm also going to pretend that I'm one of those stupid websites that tell you what's trendy and what's not. And they try to make you feel stupid for liking things that aren't currently in season. And I don't really know why I decided to mix the two together. I kind of just wanted to talk about fall, but of course I had to put my own twist on it. So I said, I read those dumb things all the time when they're like, what's in for fall trends 2018? What's out? Like, things you should leave behind this fall. I read those and I'm like, you know what? Why should I care what other people are into, because I know what I'm into, and it may be this thing that you're very well telling me not to do. So the way that I kind of want to do that, I took inspiration from two different things. The first one is a book series called The Click, and if you've never read that, it's a pretty old book series. I won't say like old as in it came out in the 1930s, but it's old as in it hasn't come out very recently. And it's basically about a group of girls. They were kind of snobby. They were middle schoolers, but they were very, very fashionable, and they were popular in their school. Those types of girls. You know what I'm talking about, right? And so the leader of this group of girls, called the Pretty Committee, was run by Massey Block. And she was ruthless, guys. She was so ruthless. But she did this thing called the Current State of the Union. And it's basically like a list she would do saying if things were in or if they were out. And sometimes her friends even made the list. Were they in or were they out? This poor girl, Claire, she made the out list so often because she often did things that Massey just was not a fan of at all. So, I kind of want to do it like Massey's way. But then I also thought about another book series called The Series of Unfortunate Events. One of my favorites. Love it. It is basically about these two orphans that their parents died in a fire that was had mysterious circumstances, and I can't really give too much away because that's another book series that's been out for a while too, but I don't really want to get so into it because that's not the point. But these kids, they were constantly running from this man named Count Olaf, who was after their enormous fortune. They were rich, and so at one point they went to go live with this woman. Her name was Esme Squalor, and she ended up later becoming the girlfriend of Count Olaf, but that's another story too. So she was very, very fashionable herself. And at the time, I think it's been a while since I've read that book, but I think that she said that the things that were in at that time were pinstripe suits and orphans. So she wanted both because they were both very, very in at that time. And the name of the book was called The Ersatz Elevator, in case you want to read it. But I recommend starting from the beginning. Obviously, you shouldn't start on like the 8th book of a series. And she had a husband too, I think. But I think husbands later became out, as did orphans. Orphans became out, so she got rid of them. And I think she threw them down an elevator shaft or something like that. I don't know. But she also talked about whether things were in or out. And both times, both in the Click series and in the Series of Unfortunate Events series, I realized just how absurd it was to take something and tell people if it's trendy or not. Because you like what you like and you don't like what you don't like. And it's really that simple. If you want to wear something that people think is so old-fashioned or whatever, or not trendy this year, something that maybe you had in your closet 2 years ago, but now if you put it on, people are going to look at you like, what are you wearing? You know what? That's fine. And the same thing goes for activities as well. So I just, I figured it would be fun to kind of do one of those in or out lists myself, but I don't want it to be taken too seriously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this random wheel, this like spin wheel that I found online, I'm going to let it decide for me whether it is in or it is out. So I'm going to like name some things that I enjoy about fall, or that other people might enjoy about fall. We're going to talk about whether they're in or out. So one of my favorite things for fall time is apple cider, hot apple cider. If you get the Food Lion, like if you go to Food Lion and there's this like goldeny orange box of apple cider packets, and I'm telling you right now, you will fall in love. It is some of the best stuff I have ever tasted in my life. I love apple cider. So good. But you know what? It doesn't matter how good it is, because if it's out, then I just cannot have it anymore. Let's see. I'm spinning the wheel, and it looks like apple cider is in. It is in. We can keep apple cider on the list. So guys, go out to the store, get you some apple cider, enjoy it, love it, heat it up, and just, let me know. Just let me know how it goes, because it's so in right now. You have to get it while it's in, because if you go get it while it's out, you'll be like an outcast. So don't do that. Speaking of drinks, we have another drink, Lipton's Peach Mango Hot Tea. That might not be the whole name for it, because I haven't actually bought this tea in a long time, but I know that I get sick a lot in this time of the year. And so even though I hate tea, I don't like the taste of tea, cold tea, sweet tea, hot tea, unsweet, whatever kind of tea it is, I don't like tea. But there is one particular tea that I will drink, especially, like I said, when I'm sick, which is during this time of the year, is Lipton's Peach Mango Hot Tea. It is so very good for a sore throat, and just so good in general, like taste wise. So let's see. If I get sick this time of year and it's out, then we can't have it. We gotta find something else. Okay. The verdict is in. Lipton's Peach Mango Hot Tea is officially out. You cannot drink it. So Food Lion needs to not stock their shelves with any more of that stuff. It's out. Sorry. So next thing on the list is a fall staple, and it is ABC Family's 13 Nights of Halloween. But you know what? I can already tell you that it's out, because ABC Family is no longer ABC Family. It is Freeform. So we can't have ABC Family's 13 Nights of Halloween if there's no ABC Family. It's officially out. But do you know what? When things are out, sometimes they replace it with something that's very, very in, which is, I got tongue-tied, which is Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween. Not only 13, guys, but we have a full month, a full 31 days of Halloween movies. I don't even celebrate Halloween. I don't even like Halloween. I never have liked Halloween, but what I can tell you is that there are some, I keep getting tongue-tied. There are some classics on this channel during this time of the month. You can get Corpse Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas, Sweeney Todd, Ghost Dad, Paranorman, which isn't a classic, but it's still a Halloween movie. You can get Monster House, Haunted Mansion. I'm just naming some things off the top of my head. Like a bunch of Tim Burton stuff. I love Tim Burton. He's so good. You can get like Alice in Wonderland. Oh, just so many goodies. So many goodies at this one particular time. But you know what? It's not up to me if we're allowed to watch Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween. We have to ask the wheel, which, by the way, it has 6 different like slices of a pie, and it is the colors of a beach ball. It is red, blue, and yellow, and white. So let's ask the magic beach ball. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Freeform's 31 Nights of Halloween is so very in right now. So you can continue to watch your Halloween movies, guys. But, you know, speaking of movies, there's one particular movie that I love more than any movie that is out this time of year, and that is Nightmare Before Christmas. Let me tell you something about this movie. The first time I saw it, I said to myself, what is this genius of a masterpiece with like great music and great writing, great animation. Everything about that movie is perfection. And so it brings me great joy to say that I'm going to single that movie out from the 31 Nights of Halloween, and I'm going to see if that one particular movie is in or if it's out. Let us find out. Consult the Magic Beach Ball. The Magic Beach Ball has spoken. Nightmare Before Christmas is in. And I'm so happy about that. Okay, next thing on the list. Let's not make this take too long. We have candles, but not the cinnamon kind or not the warm vanilla sugar kind. I hate those candles. But I do like most candles. So candles in the fall are great because you light them and you can snuggle up under a blanket and light some candles and just like chill. It's just such a nice time of the year to put out candles. You don't really people do put out candles in the summer, but is it really a summer activity? No, it is not. It is a fall or winter activity. So let's see if candles are in or out. Oh my goodness, they are in. Guys, the verdict is here. The Magic Beach Ball has spoken. Candles are in this season. Don't be afraid to go to your nearest Yankee Candle and get you some candles. Girl, get you some candles. I'm just trying to tell you, like, you gotta listen to the wheel. And if I sound delusional right now, it's because I am. I'm gonna be quite honest. I have not had a very good day. A lot of things have been going on, and so this is why I'm sitting here spitting out this really, really weird version of a podcast. I don't know what this is, honestly. Okay, so what's next? Stepping on Crunchy Leaves, another fall favorite. Favorite fall pastime. Love it. When the leaves fall from the trees and they're all types of brown and orange and yellow, and you get some red ones in there and you step on them, I'm telling you, there's not a more satisfying feeling than stepping on crunchy leaves. And you know that disappointment you get when you step on a leaf that looks crunchy but then you don't hear the crunch? You know, it's really sad. If you've never experienced that, I highly recommend you get that over with so that you can live to tell. I'm rambling. I'm so rambling about crunchy leaves. Let's find out. Are they in or out? Ask the Magic Beach Ball. They're in. They are so in. We got a lot of things that are in this year. Not a lot of outs. Okay, that's great. Something else that I typically do every year is I go pick pumpkins, usually with my little brother, and if he doesn't go with his school, then we'll just take him to go pick pumpkins, and we don't really cook pumpkins. None of us in the family really eat pumpkins. Like, I've had pumpkin pie before, but honestly, I prefer sweet potato pie to pumpkin pie. Not that pumpkins are bad. Like, they're good. Pumpkins are good. And last year, well, no, not last year. I think it was the year before last, or the year before that, I actually painted some pumpkins. One of them had the face of Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. You thought I was going to leave that alone, but you were wrong. So let's see if picking pumpkins are in or out. They're in. Everything is in. Everything is in. Picking pumpkins are in, which probably also means that carving pumpkins is in. Let's find out. It is. Carving pumpkins is in right now. Great. Let's find out if painting pumpkins is in. Are in? Is that is or are? I'm not sure. Yes, barely. It barely made the in list. It was like right there, so close to being out, but it's in. So guys, there you have it. Painting pumpkins, carving pumpkins, and picking pumpkins are all very in activities this fall 2018. Next on the list, hay rides. Who doesn't love a good hayride? I personally go to Hill Ridge Farms. They have great hay rides. They also have picking pumpkins at the end of the hayride, so like you get a 2-in-1 kind of deal. And then the little kids can go play on like the inflatables and in the pit of corn, which let me tell you, don't get in that pit of corn. I don't care how much it might attract you, how much it might entice you, how much it might call your name. Don't get in that corn, because there are little tiny black bugs in that corn that when I got in there with my brother, of course, because I wasn't just going to get in the corn by myself and look stupid. I got in the corn with him, and we were playing, and there was so many children in there, and I was like, oh, making jokes to myself, like, haha, this is children of the corn, haha, I'm so funny. And then I looked behind me, and whatever do I see but, like, so many black bugs crawling, and I was like, oh, no, I have to get out of here. So I'm trying not to call attention to the bugs to my little brother, because I know he would freak out. And so I just kind of gently grab his arm. I'm like, it's time to go. It's time to leave. We have to get out of here. And he's not taking the hint. So eventually I just have to show him the bugs, and he screams, and we leave. And I was trying not to alert like all the other children and make them all freak out at the same time. But anyway, I got so off topic. Hay rides. Are they in or are they out? Let us see. Dang it! Okay, hay rides are out. So that means this year I will not be going to Hill Ridge Farms to take a hayride. But that's okay, because I can still pick pumpkins. I have to walk there. I can't hayride there. So I got a couple more things on the list. Let's go back, since we're on like the theme of pumpkins and stuff, actually, let's see, is Halloween in or out? Like I said, I personally do not celebrate Halloween, but for some people, like, this is a thing, you know, people, adults too, they get costumes, and they hand out candy, and they go all out with the decorations, and they just love being spooky. Let's see if it's in or out. Consult the Magic Beach Ball. Guys, if you love Halloween, you are in luck, because Halloween is in this year. You don't have to get rid of those costumes and decorations just yet. Okay, so after Halloween, we have Thanksgiving. Who doesn't enjoy Thanksgiving? I'm trying to tell you, when you have family and friends get together and you all eat and it's just really good, and you have an excuse to just be fat and lazy and, I don't know, go to sleep. Watch a game or something on TV. I don't know what people do on Thanksgiving. I do something pretty much different every year. But Thanksgiving, is it in or is it out? Somebody call Squanto and tell him we are having another Thanksgiving this year, because it is in. Thanksgiving is in. We got two more things. Two more things. All right. So apart from Thanksgiving and Halloween and like the obvious holidays, another holiday that I celebrate in the fall is the day that you officially put on your first warm sweater. I remember my first warm sweater. It was so great. I went to Ross, because that is where I do a lot of shopping. Not because I just actually love to shop at Ross, but because the people that I go with like to shop at Ross, and so I end up just going with them. And you know what I'm saying, right? So I was walking around and I was looking in the sweater section, and I saw this sweater, and it was gray, which by the way is one of my favorite colors besides purple. I love wearing gray. I have a lot of gray clothes, and I was looking at the sweater, and it was very fuzzy, and it was gray, and it had some cute little words on it, and I said, I really want this sweater, and so I put it on. And I was in love with the sweater. I said, wow, why don't I have more sweaters? And I can tell you that after that, I went and I bought so many more sweaters. But I do not recommend buying your sweaters at Ross, let me tell you right now. Not that there's anything wrong with shopping at Ross, or Ross is a store, but sometimes you can buy things and they'll be complete duds. Because a lot of the times when you get something from Ross, it's like a damaged or defected good. And I think they're supposed to mark it on the tag if it's like that, but I've never seen it actually marked on the tag before, and I have brought home some things that have immediately ripped or just like not been very good quality. So my sweaters, a lot of them have actually shrunken even when you follow the care instructions on the tag, and they rip and they just like, they don't look good anymore. So if you're gonna get you a fall sweater, I recommend you go, I don't know, somewhere else. Are they in or are they out? Sweaters, let's see. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Sweaters are out, y'all. They're out. Oh, how am I ever going to survive knowing that sweaters are out? They're out. Oh, okay, that hurt my feelings. What am I gonna do? I mean, at least I can still wear my hoodies. Or can I? Are they out too? Let's find out. Let's see. Can you wear hoodies this year? Yes. Yes, they are in. You can wear hoodies, so I can't wear my sweaters, but I can wear my hoodies. Great. Love it. Okay. Last thing, haunted houses. And I put this last on the list for the, for the main reason that I don't like haunted houses at all. And I keep having friends that invite me, cough, cough, Maya. She keeps asking me to go with her to these haunted houses because she loves them. But I tell her, I don't do scary things. I might watch Halloween movies, but they're not scary. And most of them aren't really Halloween themed. They're just like maybe fall themed. I don't know. But they're not horror movies. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't like feeling like at any second I could be possessed. I don't like it. I don't like things chasing me with chainsaws. And, one year, I think it was about 2 years ago, I went to this place called Panic Point to help them. I think I don't know what we were doing, like shooting a promo video or something for them, because I don't know. I was with my film class because I was in film school. And my job was to hold the sound recorder. I was supposed to go through what's it called? The haunted forest? I don't know. They have several different attractions, but I think I went through the forest part, which, by the way, we had already gone through in the daytime, so I don't know what I was so scared of. I had seen everything that was going to potentially be there. The only thing that wasn't there were the actual actors, and so, if they popped out, that's different, but, I knew what to expect, and I still didn't expect it, and it freaked me out so much that I decided not to go back around the second 2 times, because we had to go around 3 times for some reason. And after I got through that first time, I was just done with everything. And my friend came to pick me up, and we went to a party, and that was about it. So that was kind of my haunted forest experience. It was not fun. I wanted to cry the entire time I was there, and not the good kind of scared cry. No, just cry because I hated myself for even putting myself through that kind of torture. It was not fun. It just wasn't. So, that being said, are haunted houses in or out? Let us see. Well, sadly, they are in. So I guess people are going to continue to go to haunted houses and haunted forests and things this year. Oh, you know what? We have some time left. I think I'm going to tell you one particular part from my haunted forest Panic Point experience that was my least favorite. I gotta say, the entire thing was not my favorite. But there were certain parts in like, there were certain scenes, I'll say, that were worse than others. Like, for example, the first one that we went through was the sawmill. And I was like, welcome to the sawmill. This guy, I don't know, it was like pitch black dark, and he had a saw, and he was growling. And he walked up right behind me. That was, it wasn't that bad, okay? And there was like a creepy doll thing. And I'm not going to tell you everything that was there, because if you go, I want you to be able to experience it freshly or whatever. But those were fine. I'm just telling you some of the things that were fine. And there was a clown part. Like, I'm cool with clowns. The clown asked me if he could kill me, and I was like, no. But I was fine. And there was this one guy that followed me around the entire time. And I had to tell him, I was like, if you don't back from me right now, I'm not having this. You need to move. Personal space, people. And yeah, so that's kind of how that went. Those were the pretty tamer parts. But the part that freaked me out more than anything was the scene from a church. They had a church, and I'm already very wary of, like, messing around with, like, I don't know, just, like, Jesus. I don't do that, guys. I don't do that. And I don't like messing with, like, demons. That stuff freaks me out so much. I don't even know where to begin with that. But when I before I walked in, I think there was a guy standing there at the door, and he's, like, telling us not to go in. And I'm like, don't worry, I don't want to. Matter of fact, I'll stand here. I don't have to go in. Stop telling me not to go in. I agree with you. But, of course, we had to get through it. So I go in, and immediately there's this guy crouched in a corner. Guys, I can't make this stuff up. There's this guy crouched in the corner, and I think he was supposed to be the priest. And he's hunched over somebody, and I don't know if he was, like, performing an exorcism or, like, or like unexorcising the person. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, was he taking the demon out or putting the demon in? I'm not really sure what he was doing. I just know it was really creepy. So I was like, okay, I gotta hurry up and get out of here, before he looks at me, because I was a target. They often take the most scared looking person in the bunch and target them, which was me. So so I was like, I know it. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna target me. I'm gonna be that person. And it was so bad because I started hurrying through you had to walk through the pews to get through the church part. And next thing I know, he's pointing at me, and he's like, you're next. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Next for what? I don't want to be next. So I'm running. I'm booking it through these pews at this point. And this man starts jumping. He is hopping over the pews. I'm running through them like a normal person, and he's hopping. I said, what is this? I already knew he was going to be a problem from the time I got there to Panic Point, because we also filmed the actors getting together. And when I got there, when I saw this man, I looked at him and I said, he's going to be a problem. And I remembered him because when I got there, I said, that's that same man that I said was going to be a problem. That's him. I knew it. I just knew he was going to be that thing. the one person to completely, like, send me over the deep end. And that's what happened. So I swore out after that I'd probably never go back. And I don't think I will. It's just not for me. Well, anyway, thank you for listening to this episode of Completely Random Foolishness. Obviously, guys, this was meant to be in humor. If there's anything in this list that you like or you don't like, my whole message here is that you should not be focused on trends. Like, just do what you love. If there's something that you want to wear that people say is not fashionable anymore, then wear it. And if there's something you want to do that people are saying, oh, that's not really cool, like, that was maybe a 2012 thing, do it anyway. It's all about being yourself. So these podcasts typically get kind of cheesy at the end as I try to put, I try to insert the valuable message. But I really mean it. I'm not going to be that person that tells everyone to follow the trends and not do something anymore because it's not currently trendy. Like, enjoy your fall, enjoy your autumn season, otherwise known as the best season ever, and have a great day. If you enjoyed this episode and if you support this channel, make sure you subscribe so that you can come back for more every Wednesday. That is when I post videos, which is every Wednesday. Just a reminder, every Wednesday. You should subscribe, and if you want to make me feel happy, then you can like this video and leave a comment down below telling me some of your favorite fall trends, and I will see you guys. Well, actually, you'll see me next week. It won't be just audio that time. So if you are not a fan of just audio podcasts, I apologize. Next week is for you. Thank you, and see you later.